The straightforward title, Rick and Morty, might lead one to believe that the series focuses on just the lives of two characters. But over 8 seasons, it has demonstrated that it doesn't necessarily rely on such a basic premise. That although the narrative often falls within the science fiction genre, providing ample room for diverse storylines, even the most fundamental assumption, portraying the lives of two characters, it's not an essential requirement for this show. Spoiler alert, do one of the and it although the series primarily balances its focus between Rick Sanchez and Morty Smith, um, some episodes tend to spotlight one character over the other. Moreover, the recent episode from season 8 appears to raise a thought-provoking question about the roles of Rick and Morty within the broader narrative. Could it be that Morty is merely a secondary character in Rick's story or the Rick Sanchez show? In episode 2 of season 8, titled Valkyric, Rick Sanchez displayed an unexpected side. He became a worried father instead of his usual brilliant scientist role that witnessed for 7 seasons. Previously, we've seen Rick and Beth embark on adventures together with the ABCs of Beth, providing a great example. Uh, However, since the introduction of Space Beth, uh, there appears to be an undercurrent of dissatisfaction from Rick's daughters towards him. I think I was so a single episode for a while that I mentioned across the fame that we describe a little bit constantly different and what two of this Rick was gained by space carrying. This new role is all about respecting his daughter's wishes and allowing her to dictate the pace of their relationship. Um, and after all these years, it was fascinating to see the softer side of protective dad, a dimension we hadn't seen before in Rick. Um, uh, Needless to say, this episode offered an engaging opportunity for character growth that I found truly captivating. In contrast to typical episodes of Rick and Morty, where stories for supporting characters like Morty are usually included alongside those centered on Rick. This particular episode seemed to focus solely on Rick without any mention or follow up for the second half of the storyline. This might lead one to believe that the quality of the episode could have suffered as a result, leaving it feeling somewhat incomplete or lacking substance. Indeed, this particular episode didn't bring any significant deviations from the usual series quality H. Hydridge. The humor was spot on, and it subtly delved into moments of emotional depth for both characters. Um, this raises an intriguing point. If an entire episode can pass without a direct reference to one of the main characters, does that imply Morty's role might be less pivotal than we thought in the grand scheme of the show? Um, um, Morty needs his Rick to work. The Smith family now plays a significant role in the narrative arc of featuring more prominent roles and having greater control over the plot development. Uh, Yet, it's worth noting that the series primarily revolves around two characters, and it manages to function effectively even when episodes focus less on Jerry Summer or any member of the Beth family. If Valkyrie demonstrates that Morty can be replaced with similar results, it leaves one pondering if the show's overall quality might improve if he were written off permanently. Episodes such as the Whirly-Durly Conspiracy, The Old Man and the Seat, and A Rick Convenient Mort have shown that the story can be just as strong even when Morty is absent or in a minor role. Um, in a different scenario, um, it's not accurate to say that the situation would be the same of the clear illustration of an episode that only Morty could experience is Rise of the Numbericons, the movie. This is the lowest rated episode from the entire series, as per IMDb ratings, which perfectly demonstrates how crucial Rick is for Morty. It's clear that Morty isn't being excluded from the main plot. He's a vital figure in the storyline. He contributes significantly to the show, yet it's hard not to ponder if his character traits, being overly dependent on Rick and having an outgoing personality, are more than just writing devices for the series, and is available for streaming on Adult Swim.